myself, but also to challenge you with a question, nothing else. And I can be forgiven because I'm coming from a university. We ask a question there and we walk away without answering them. So I hope you're going to answer those questions. And the first question I'm asking is, how do organizations like UVic reach out and accommodate different ethno-cultural populations? Well, I have assignment test for you here. First, I want you to define every single word of this sentence. What do you mean reach out? Is it you grab me and pull me out? What do you mean by accommodating people? What do you mean by ethno-cultural group? Who are they? Why they are different? And finally, I want to say, put all this together and say, why do you even care? You know, why do you have to go and reach other people? Why aren't you okay with your organization and you don't have to go out? So I want us to look at this whole seminar critically. Why are we in this business? So here's the assignment question. And I'm going to break the groups, tables, and you have 2 minutes to come up with the perfect answer.
I think we started out with the community is everybody, because our community is diverse and our community has many different ethno-cultural and linguistic populations, and therefore who will be part of these groups was really the entire community. However, it was also pointed out that UVic tends to have a very closed kind of entrance, if you like, in terms of looking at both academic, ethnicity, language, economic, etc. And so we just sort of got started on that, and you were ringing your bell.
Okay, our question was, how do you reach out to people? So we find out about them, who are they, what kind of medium and channels and styles do they have, what are the differences, what do we have in common with them, who can we specifically find as a connector, start building the relationship, inviting them to our community and try to get into an event with theirs, update our information, send information out, host a group of people, and share food.
You have to have a plan, a strategic plan. You have to have sign up on this plan. It can't be a plan where you do it on the side of your desk. The whole organization has to come along in order for you to really achieve your goal. You have to have policies and procedure. Most of us, we do diversity, we don't have policies. Diversity problem is not organizational problem. Diversity problem, for all of us, we think it is an individual problem. The person from the diversity group, when there is a problem with him, it is him, not us. Oh yeah, this guy, this black guy, is the problem. You get rid of him, then you solve the problem. No, you should have a policy to say what you do is diversity, and when something happens, what is the process and how to solve it. You have to educate people. How many of you know the Canadian Constitution or the laws the police work on? Do you know why the police do what they do? Do we know the laws? We don't. How can you have a diversity policy and you don't educate your staff about it? When you talk about accommodation, people say, oh yeah, you bring all these black people, this is not equality. What they call it, affirmative action. So you need education your managers, your director, your communities, your staff, and everyone. I will leave it with the communication specialist here who told you. Well, John told you one thing interesting. And I wish I had a mirror. It's like, I would like you to say, no problem. Where is my time? So, communicate your diversity plan. Communicate people who are doing what, where, how, and when. So, most of us in our organization, we fail to do the diversity communication. Well, the last one is have committees who can be as watchdogs and looking into the implementation, but also the monitoring of all your diversity programs. And this, I think, is one of the challenges also, that oftentimes the committee is constituted with people who are close to us, who rather pat our back than tell us the truth. Or we take some people from different backgrounds, put them in a diversity committee, but what we want them to do is just to do window dressing. They don't have a voice. Because at the end of the day, the final decision of the diversity committee is by one person or a group of persons. Well, this, if you're doing this, honestly, you don't have to go to see a play. You have a comedy at home and you can just laugh at yourself every day. Yeah, because you won't get anywhere if you don't really address the diversity issues at the end. So, my time is almost up. I want to say that this is some of the things UVic, the University of Victoria, tried to do to achieve what we call the Canada's Top Diversity Employers of 2012. It was named as one of the best diversity employers. It was the only local organization included in this list in BC and one of the 3 universities in Canada. What did we do? We manage diversity and equity steering committee. We have committees. We have been hosting a diversity research forum or a critical thinking forum where people will come and reflect on how we're doing things. Well, the good news, January 30th and 31st at the university, there is this event. It is public. You can go online, look at the university website, and you can sign. It is great conversation. We have what we call a task force for mental health. Yes, we don't shower it under the desk. We try to address it. We're not perfect. No, we're still learning about it. And finally, we have what we call a positive space network. Jinsan can tell you more about it. The positive space network where, like the safe harbor, there is people who are champion of those issues of gender, sex, sexuality, sexual orientation, and who are not scared to address those issues and recognize that this is us. We are different, but it is us. So I want to go through the details of everything. Now that I hear Steve say that this PowerPoint will be distributed, I'm happy to share it with everyone because I carry on and breaking down the 5 themes I talked about, which is define diversity, have a steering committee, have policies, educate people and especially yourself. Don't call off diversity training in your organization when you, the manager or the director, walk away and you expect the staff to learn about it. No. If you're not sitting in this training, don't call it. Diversity is from the top to the bottom. Everyone has to participate. No one is expert. The last one I say is also think about communication. Well, one of my great communication professors is Anthony Campbell, and he knows very well what he said because he said that communication is 3 things: say it, mean it, and shut up. After class, I follow him in his office. I say, Anthony, I say, well, I have a question. He say, always. What is this one? I say, well, the shut up part of it. He said, well, what I mean is listen. Really listen. No, I don't mean you listen to me 40%, and the 60% you are thinking about what you're going to reply. How often have you spoken to people when you finish Oh yes, yes, I understand what you mean. And they start telling you another story and say, no, I didn't say this. Because they miss it 60% of your conversation. They miss it. After 40%, they will daydream. So when I say listen to diversity, is let people tell you their stories. John just told you about this. Let people finish telling you the stories. Don't construct it. Don't edit it. So if you can put this together, well, I'm sure next year, 2013 or 2014, one of you will be one of the top Canada diversity employers. Merci.